Okay, I think we've got a quick one here. Back in our Bible study was the book of Jude written after 70 AD. We're on episode 11, and this is tackling verse 12, clouds without water and trees without fruit. So let's get into it. Jude 12. These are spots in your love feast while they feast with you without fear, serving only themselves. They are clouds without water, carried about by the winds, late autumn trees without fruit, twice dead, pulled up by the roots. And today we're going to go to James rather than Peter. We've got James here. He makes a very similar yet contrasting statement that deals with these clouds and the fruit and the rain. So we'll hear James 5 here. Therefore, be patient, brethren, until the coming of the Lord. See how the farmer waits for the precious fruit of the earth, waiting patiently for it until it receives the early and latter rain. You also be patient. Establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord is at hand. So we'll note here, James bookends his statement with references to the coming of the Lord. You've got the beginning and the end here. He says, until the coming of the Lord. At the end, he says, for the coming of the Lord is at hand. And also, James is urging his readers just prior to the Lord's return to wait patiently and to be patient. But Jude, on the other hand, doesn't speak of any imminent event on the horizon. He's completely silent regarding the coming of the Lord. And I think his silence speaks volumes. I think you know where I'm going with this. All our other previous episodes are pointing to the fact that Jude is writing after 70 AD, after the second coming of Christ. So let's consider this. Again, writing after the second coming, after 70 AD. I think it's pretty clear here if these indeed are to be taken as parallel verses. Jude very well, of course, he had access to James's letter. I mean, we know he clearly had access to Second Peter, but in this contrast with what James says, I think that's very telling. Again, his silence speaks volumes. So again, share any comments, questions, or objections, but take this also. So the next episode, we're going to look at Jude 14 and 15. And if you haven't already seen what's going on in Jude 14 through 15, I swear it is just going to blow your mind. So until then, contend earnestly for the faith which was once for all that's delivered to the saints, and God bless.